Welcome into the TWMP Daily. I'm Scott Faughn in our new construction and process streaming studio. Aaron, we're getting closer.
Closer.
And we are joined by our first guest up here is the House Majority Floor Leader, Alex Riley. Sir, thank you so much for making the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
First guest in here, we got to get some kind of picture or something to commemorate this.
We do.
Maybe Kelton can do that.
I do want the audience to know that I only provided some input into the signs. So if they're really mad about their sign placement, it's not I, because I only had one request, which was Representative Dolan.
Yeah, and literally, like 10 seconds when we came on, we had this put up there, and then it fell down somehow in our maze.
They waited to let me.
Judge Dolan, Aaron, Representative, I'd love to tell you that you were her favorite legislator, but unfortunately,
I'm not offended.
Judge Dolan is her favorite one. So tell me, it's a good time to be in the House. There have been times where it's like, okay, most of session is waiting on the Senate, and it's cumbersome. You and Patterson, I mean, if the first time I can remember, man, you not only have a good ship, you have everybody on the same team, which is tough for as many members you got. I don't think anybody could say you don't have the upper hand right now. It's been an amazing 18 months.
Yeah, it has. Last year, I think, was one of the most productive sessions we've had in a very long time. And I know there's a lot of prognostications that this is going to just be a terrible year and we're not going to be able to accomplish anything. But I think as far as I'm concerned, I'm rejecting that notion. I think that without question, it's going to be challenging. Every year, maybe with the exception of last year, has had a lot of challenging dynamics. And every single year we find a way to get a few things done. And the way I look at it is, yes, it's going to be hard, but it's supposed to be hard. It's not supposed to be easy to pass laws that impact 6.2 million Missourians. It should be hard, and there should be a lot of deliberations when you're passing a $50 billion budget. So I think it's good for the process to be challenging. At the end of the day, though, I do think that there is a majority of legislators on both the House side and the Senate side that want to govern and that want to do the things that our constituents elected us to do. So I'm all about a good policy fight, all about it. But I think at the end of the day, if we can remember why we're here, and that's to serve the people of the state and the people that elected us, that we can put some of the drama to the side and hopefully focus on policy and get some good things done this session.
Isn't it so interesting? When the Republicans in the Senate stopped fighting with each other, the Democrats started fighting with each other.
Right.
It's a weird dynamic. It's like there's got to be drama. It's just passing the ball around. All right, so this year, budget a little tighter, right?
For sure.
What do you have to cut? Just brass tacks. What's going to be the first thing you recommend you have to cut? And I know y'all found some money, another $250 million. Wonderful news. End of the day, at some point during this session or while you're speaker, probably going to have to get the red pen out.
Yeah, I think that's right. The first thing that I think we're going to have to look at is every single legislator is going to have to exercise more restraint with the projects that we like to put in the budget for our districts. Over the past 5+ years, there's been money to be able to do those kind of pet projects. And I think a lot of those things are good. I've put plenty of money in the budget for Springfield.
I started saying, when you start looking at parts of the state that have ate their share, Springfield has done pretty well.
Absolutely. But I think in going forward for all of us, we're all just going to have to recognize the money isn't there to do those types of things. As good as they are, as noble as they are, when we're talking about needing to make sure we have the money to do the essential things that government needs to do, funding our schools, funding public safety, transportation, those kind of things, infrastructure. I think what we need to look at first is those kind of line item projects, and that's going to be the first thing that's going to have to be slowed down.
Speaking of funding, let's talk about how we fund this show. The good folks up in the Great Northwest. When is Great Northwest Days, Kel? It's got to be coming up. It's always freezing.
Is it February?
Is it
January?
February? It's got to be early February, late January, because it's always the coldest day alive when the Great Northwest Days come. Folks up at United Fiber, the best rural broadband in the state. If you care about folks, like when you bring folks up to the Capitol, where do you put them up?
The Marriott.
Yeah, of course. I mean, he knows what's up there. He's going to be speaker for a reason.
Yeah.
And then ain't nothing in this world more Missouri than the great products of the MoKan Trade Association. Grown, tested, harvested, packaged, sold. Ain't no part of the MoKan Trade Association ain't Missouri. So there's some legislation. You did have a productive session that seems left over. Let's first talk about when you go into a gas station, right, you see these slot machines. Now, I tend to think if some folks want to ban that, hey, fine. I have a lengthy list of vices. It's 3 or 4 pages. Gambling just never has tripped my trigger because I'm cheap, probably. On my list of vices, being cheap would be it. But I think right now, you're an attorney, and I always think of you as one of the bigger brains of the House, of the legislature. I don't think the government is set up for each county to make their own laws. And frankly, by not doing your job, I asked Governor Keel this, by not doing his job, you're now asking prosecutors to decide if this is legal. To me, if it's happening, I don't like telling people to do with their money. If you want to gamble, good for you. Tax it. Plug some of your holes. But if you want to ban them. But right now, it's like the worst possible scenario where you're asking prosecutors to do their job and your job.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think right now, no one really knows what the law actually is on this topic. Everyone has opinions, but they're very diverse. And to your point, it's county by county right now. So I don't think that works.
Well, what if 3 of us own some gas stations?
Yep.
And we owned them. Let's just say we're on the. If you ever drove to Bunker, Missouri, you know that you're driving through Bunker. You go through Dent and Reynolds County about 4 times. If we had some gas stations, one county might be this case. We might invest in some of these machines, and the prosecutor changes. That is not how the law. That's not a good climate for business. Also, I don't think Missourians want to break the law. I mean, I think if they think something's illegal, they just won't do it. But I think it's not fair for the businesses. It's not fair for the prosecutors. It's not fair for the folks. Don't you owe the folks of this state, just give you some clarity. If you're going to ban them, hey, you got elected. But what you've got now is like the worst of all worlds.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I think you saw the House pass some legislation last year that creates a regulatory framework.
Damn fine legislating.
I think that
when you land on 82, that's a good day at the office.
I think that bill is going to move through the House again this year, and we'll see what happens.
What is your strategy there? Obviously the Senate's supposed to be harder. That's the way it works. Do you wait for the Senate, or do you guys run it through and pass it again?
I think the House will likely take that bill up on the floor and take a vote on it fairly early in session.
Were you sweating a little last year when we had 79 and
it was an interesting dynamic for sure.
You've served at a time when you have like 110 members, right?
Yeah.
And you don't have many of those.
Yep.
But usually once a session you have that one bill that's tight, and the House. It kind of takes me back when I first came to the Capitol. The Republicans had like 78. And the Democrats, if the Democrats today think you're mean to them, they should go back and see what it was like when it was a 4-seat majority. The truth is the Democrats had to run a very tight ship. When you have a 4-seat majority, there was no room for any shenanigans. And they treated the Republicans awful.
Yep.
And way worse than anything you've ever done. But there was that excitement in the air when something's close. Because the House runs, you guys keep that thing running like a Swiss watch. But when it's tight, it's a different feeling of excitement. Even when the Senate, you can tell when big things are happening, there's an air of excitement. But in the House, because we haven't seen that in so long, that once a session when things are tight, there's a different feeling in the air.
It was like a 2-week window. We had that vote, and then like 2 weeks later, there was an emergency clause that kept the board open quite long.
Yes, that's right. Which hopefully we don't have to do that again this year. I don't think anyone really enjoys that dynamic.
Only those
well, as
watching
you can tell, I'm here today
as
as Senator Curtis Trent, and I think he shares your goal in this. I do think, though, whatever the position is, you should give some clarity. The government you should be able to know the damn rules of whatever it is. Let's talk about another bill, Bear. They are trying to sell Roundup, and they're getting essentially ran out of the state. Now, you're from Springfield. People think of Springfield now as this big growing city. When I drive into Springfield on commercial, I see them big grain bins.
Yep.
I mean, Springfield's built on agriculture.
Yeah.
I don't know where Missouri agriculture goes. People that say it's a health risk, try buying your stuff from China. People that want to sue folks, great, sue folks. Try suing China. You're not, if you run Roundup out, the alternatives are less safe, and you ain't going to make the money on the lawsuits you are. I do feel like, I'm not a big fan of telling folks you can't sue people, but boy, I tell you, it feels like, I'm not a lawyer, something needs to be done.
So I agree with you, and that's been a priority bill for me for a couple years now. And for a few reasons. One, to your point, it is extremely important for our agricultural economy here in the state to have that product that's available for them to use versus the Chinese products, which aren't safe. We don't know what exactly they're putting in those. So that's certainly a big part of it. To the point about it removes somebody's ability to sue, I don't think it actually does that. They can still sue and bring all kinds of other different types of lawsuits if someone has a legitimate injury. It takes one type of lawsuit away from them, but there's still a lot of recourse. So if you have someone that is sick and they think that it's because of this particular product, there's still legal recourse for them.
I do think it's been interesting to watch the ag groups kind of say, well, this is your problem, this is your problem. I think the agriculture groups now are realizing it's not their problem. It's our problem. And after it's the ag group's problem, it's Supper's problem, which means it's 6.2 million Missourians' problem. Let's talk about another. Give me a legislator folks should look out for. You know your cogs better than anybody. You have to keep in touch with them all the time. Give me like a couple freshman members that
we've got several really talented freshmen. A couple that stand out to me right now, Brandon Phelps from the Warrensburg area. He's a tremendous legislator.
And you got rid of Houks too. That was a huge.
I mean, it was like there were two bonuses with that whole thing. But Representative Phelps is doing a really great job. He sponsors a lot of really good, just common sense, conservative legislation. I appreciate him because he's just kind of a no nonsense kind of guy, and that's how I like to operate too. Mike Jones from the North Kansas City area is another one.
Everything in me wants to say who.
Yep.
Everything in me.
He's great. He's doing a really good job too. So we've got I think a pretty deep freshman class with a lot of potential there. But those are a couple that they're front of mind because I just spent some time visiting with them. But
let me ask you a question. It's got to be tough. I've watched it when pretty much the floor leader race kind of decides who's going to be the next speaker.
Right.
I'm sure there's been aberrations, but for the most part, since Republicans have had the majority, you kind of know who's going to be incoming. You have a floor leader race that is both guys running hard. How hard is that for you to stay out of that and actually try to? It's probably easy for you to be impartial, but it's probably harder for you to convince anybody else you are. How do you navigate that?
It is tricky because I have an immense amount of respect for both
no matter
Brad
if
and
you wink
Jeff.
Or if you wear a colored tie, I'm sure everybody stares at you all day thinking, I bet he's for Jeff. Oh no, I bet he's for Brad.
I'm sure that's probably true.
How do you navigate that?
Well, you do your best to stay as neutral as you can, but I mean, both of them, they're very different. They both have very different talents, but they're both tremendous legislators. And however that race shakes out, we're going to have a very good majority leader, and I'm looking forward to working with them.
It is nice. You have two folks that could do the job.
Yeah, that's right. We have a good problem to have, and that you have very competent individuals who would do a good job.
Sometimes you have a guy, maybe they could do the job, but they're kind of running to be a problem. They're kind of running to up in the apple cart. And that, especially in the House, is not real. I don't know if you get the best product with somebody there to raise hell. You got two guys that want to lead the team, not chaos.
And from my perspective, that's important because I want to build on what Patterson and I have been able to do together. And I think one of the reasons that the House has been so effective is because you have a speaker and majority leader that are working together versus trying to constantly shank each other in the back. And I want that relationship to continue.
I go back to Todd and Searpoy.
Yes.
I'm not sure you had a speaker and floor leader legitimately on the same page as you two. And also Searpoy had the benefit of he was termed out when Todd was. He was not running for the speakership. I'm trying to think of the time when you've had a speaker and floor leader truly on the same page. One was going to succeed the other. You might have the best relationship I've actually seen since term limits.
Yeah, I think that's probably right. And it's just incredibly important, I think, for the House as an institution and just for the state and the things that we want to do for the state to have that type of relationship continue into the future.
Good example too, because I mean, we replicate success.
Yes.
The people behind us. You look at the people that have succeeded. You think, okay, how'd they succeed? Okay, I want to do that. To me, if you're going to come in, you say, well, I want to succeed. You guys clearly are succeeding, not just legislatively, but you've taken the majority influence from the Senate. I think that if I'm in the House, if I'm just your average House member, if I was Curtis Trent back in the day, as I am today, I would think it's cool to be in the House right now. I would have a little bit of a swagger.
Yeah.
Because frankly, this whole system is set up for you guys to pass a million things, and then you wait for the Senate to move, and it's frustrating and all that. You have the upper hand right now. It is a good time to be a House member.
Yeah, it is. And I think more importantly than just, the House versus Senate battle, which can be fun at times, is just the influence that we have and the ability to get good policy done. And we have that right now. And I think we can continue
But it's your
too.
good policy. I mean,
Yes,
to me, people
correct.
get elected, it's like Republican versus Democrat. I'm like, okay, let's talk to me at St. Patty's Day. It's actually House versus Senate. And sometimes it's legislature versus governor, or it's Senate and House, or Senate and governor versus House, whatever. But the system is set up to be confrontational. The system is set up for these, like you said, it's supposed to be hard. Give me a bill that people aren't talking about that you think is important that you're going to make sure it rolls through the House.
So I think we have some really good legislation that's moving right now on sex trafficking. Unfortunately, that is something that happens way too often in Missouri.
I have heard I-44 is like the number one. The Highway Patrol guys tell me I-44 more than 70. I guess because it goes southwest.
Yeah.
Right.
They say I-44 is the worst place in the state and one of the worst places in the Midwest for sex trafficking.
That's 100% true. So Representative Lewis, Myers, Whaley, and some others, Chris Warwick, have all been working together this summer to put together a really good package that I think will be voted out of committee here in the next week or so, and that will hopefully be one of the first bills on the floor. So that's a big one that is addressing a real issue in the state, but it's also one of those bills that it's sort of a feel-good bill. Like the topic is really hard, but it's doing something that's really important and consequential.
Like, what's the other side of I'm pro-sex trafficking, right?
Right.
I mean, but it is a serious thing.
It's a serious
problem. And I
problem.
guess I live in my little bubble and don't think about it because it's not, fortunately, impacted my family. But the patrol guys are adamant.
Yes.
They have a whole they've had a whole training on this. They know what to look for, and they said it's a problem everywhere. But it's a problem on I-44 specifically, and it goes on into Oklahoma.
Right.
That corridor, for whatever reason, is just really problematic for that.
It is. So this will, I think, take some really positive steps in helping us address that here.
So you got Lincoln Day coming to Springfield next month.
We do. Excited
Roll
about
out the
that.
red carpet. Yeah,
That's right.
Be kind of fun. We had the U.S. Senator in town last night.
Yes.
Good dude.
Always
We
good
just had him on
to
the
visit
show
with
actually
him.
before this. So if you're watching this, he was on This Week in Missouri Politics before this. Give me, before you go, I appreciate the time. I know you have to leave. Give me something else folks should be thinking about that maybe you get the catbird seat. It's probably common knowledge to you, but to maybe our viewers or maybe even in tune to politics, what's something they should be looking at come out of the session?
So there's been a lot of conversation about it, but the governor's income tax bill is our top priority bill in the House.
You can pass that out of the House, right?
I think so. So
Is it a good idea?
I believe it is. And the reason for that is because if you look around the country, the states that are doing the best from every metric, whether it's economic growth, whether it's people coming into those states, there's states that don't have an income tax, whether it's red states like Texas or Tennessee or blue states like Washington. The state of Washington does not have an income tax, and they are one of the few blue states that are growing, that they're not hemorrhaging population.
That's a good, I didn't know
that's one of the reasons.
How high is their VAT tax though?
They get you in other ways for sure, but because they're not taxing work in the same way
Well, in
that
reality,
other
you're gonna have to
states
tax
are.
it. You're one of the biggest
creates an
minds in this
opportunity.
party. When I'm wearing my Curtis Trent name tag that I stole from Schmidt's event, when I think of big minds in the legislature, I think of Curtis Trent. I think of you. There are people that view things from a long-term perspective. It goes against everything in my nature to ask you this question, because tax cuts, I'm just like, yeah, that's why I became a Republican. I don't like telling people what to do. I like low taxes. We went from 6 to 4. I watched on the floor that you preside over. Let's be honest. Everybody had these projections that people would move here, we'd have growth, we'd have job growth. None of it's happened. Not one of the positive projections has happened. Why will this be different?
Because there's a much smaller number of states that are at 0. 6 to 4 isn't that big of a change. That's not something transformational. It's nice. It's a good thing to do, but that's not something that sets you apart from the other 50 states in the country or the other 40 states in the country. This would be something that is monumental. It sets Missouri apart, and it creates a conversation around our state that doesn't currently exist.
Great. Yeah, I know you have to go. I know the place is waiting for you to start. Thank you so much for the time. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. Good to visit as always.
Now, folks, he's going to walk off the stage. We're going to make this a little slicker as we go on. But right now, he's agreed to just kind of slide off. Thank you, Representative. We appreciate it. Dude's smart. I mean, the Washington thing, I didn't know that. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Okay, you're both smarter than me.
But I didn't get to say, I don't necessarily disagree with having a high VAT, which is essentially a sales tax. But
yeah, what is a VAT? It's like a butter?
Value-added tax. And you know where they mostly originated was Scandinavian countries and Europe. So
those are communists. People that watch soccer.
I was curious about how he was going to react to
Katie Gamble last night. She was all excited to go to this World Cup thing. I'm like, when you go, it's going to be a soccer game. And she's like, yeah, she liked it. I would thought Katie did pretty well.
So the women's soccer team, my dad has had season tickets, even though he hasn't actually lived in the country.
How did your dad have season tickets? Yeah,
because he lives next to it. Basically, he can walk to it. But my oldest, Tate, went to their soccer camp this summer and just had a blast.
The girls' soccer camp?
Yes.
Nice.
And he had a great time.
I bet he did. Going to I'm not a soccer fan, but going to girls' soccer camp, that's not bad at all.
Yeah.
So what'd you do this weekend? What'd you and Blake do?
This weekend, it was really cold, so I let Blake do the outdoor chores.
That's hat tip to Blake.
Yeah, it was cold.
What's up.
I was also going to say on the Bayer issue, if we get rid of Roundup on our small family farm, that just means Aaron has to buy more goats and bring home random farm animals, which Blake just loves.
Sounds like it's more work for Blake when it gets cold. What it sounds like to me. You're out recruiting new jobs for Blake.
You gotta buy them. You gotta feed them. There's a lot of cost that goes into that versus just buying some Roundup to get rid of your weeds. No, there's the mix between the cows and the donkeys and.
Well, I mean, for donkeys, you got to go bust their water up, right? When it gets this cold. Blake, I guess, has to.
Have a heater. We're fancy.
Oh,
we have
uptown.
For the
the Shrimp family putting on airs, churching things up. I see. So Kelton, we don't have a Kelton cam yet, right?
I can't wait for the Kelton cam.
No.
We got Sean and Carrie coming in today. I would say I think it's going to work out good. So after we're going to do construction today. By the time my gut tells me, by the time we get back from Truman State, we might be in the studio.
You all should hear how many of the times I've heard this prediction of.
Well, I come from a long line of contractors, so the 2-week thing, we got this pretty much on schedule, right?
Pretty well.
Building a TV studio is actually kind of hard, Aaron. I don't know if you knew this, but there's a little bit to it.
This is not your first time. It is my first time. So
well, if you've ever had me do a construction job, my 2 weeks pronouncement is just when the job starts, I say it's going to be done in 2 weeks, and when it's done, I say it's going to be done in 2 weeks. It's a floating date.
By the time he tells you how
but
many
we
times
are
it's
in the
gonna
new
be
studio
done,
here,
we
right?
are in it,
and it's pretty much done. And can I just point out, Brad Pollitt, boom, picture. Bill Eigel, we got
Flat Doug
Bailey, obviously
recovered.
Flat Doug, the star of the show, is back.
Yeah, he's recovered from his getting the champagne cork.
Yeah,
in the head.
That was all
He's
good
all
fun.
good.
He knows what's up.
Yeah.
Then we got some additions. We got Bill Phelps, we got Harriet Woods, look up there, Wendell Bailey, and look at this. Look at that masterpiece.
The Roy Blunt.
That is a baby Roy Blunt. That's my favorite one now we got, because it's got the picture, and here's what I like about these signs. He running for lieutenant governor. There's a lot of folks I bet you didn't even know he ran for lieutenant governor.
I thought he was Secretary of State.
He was. He lost.
Oh, okay.
Well, isn't it amazing, though? One of the Mount Rushmore of Missouri statesmen lost a race. I mean, you start going through the history. Only now, like Eric Schmidt's never lost an election.
No.
But you start going back. I mean, Mike Keel never lost an election.
John Ashcroft lost.
Parson lost a leadership race, so that's not, but he did lose. You start going back. Nixon lost elections. Ashcroft, Bond. Normally, McCaskill lost a race. Now Matt Blunt, he didn't lose. He was a straight shot winner. But Roy Blunt lost elections. It is interesting though to go back and see. Missourians kind of like to kick you once, see how you get up off the mat, right? Not so much anymore, but back in the day, they didn't mind giving you a good kick.
We should learn something from our predecessors.
Maybe so.
Voting populations.
Oh gosh.
We could maybe use some of that.
Schmidt, I'm telling you. Go ask the folks at Boeing. They like them some Eric Schmidt. Those
oh no,
folks kept
I'm not
their
talking.
jobs.
I wasn't. That was not the reference.
It was totally what she was talking about.
No, it was
100%.
not.
We do have and we have Schmidt. We have a Schmidt State Senate sign. Victor Callahan. I don't think he ever lost an election. Leibla never lost.
I think Rizzo's going to be a little bit mad about his sign placement. He's kind of just in the middle of the pack here.
He's right there. That's a premium sign placement.
If you're a real Rizzo fan, though, you have a blue Rizzo for State Rep Cup. Oh, only 2 of which I've ever seen. One is in your bar and one's at my house.
Okay, well, I was going to tell you, I have 2 boxes of Rizzo cups.
You have 2 boxes.
He donated them to the cause when he was out leaving politics. I have like an entire full. We probably went through one box.
Like an old, actual used one that's like 16 years old now, 20 years old.
Is
now.
that state representative or state senator?
There it is. That's state rep. That's the cup. That's the cup.
At some point, folks, we're going to have the Kelton Cam backups. You're going to see Kelton's actually not clean shaven, but he's trimmed the beard up a little bit. It used to be our favorite thing. I used to secretly buy us lunch, and I would try to buy stuff that would fall off and catch in his beard. It was my own personal enjoyment of the day, was trying to buy food items that would fall into Kelton's beard.
Speaking of political memorabilia, though, it was Scott's birthday this week, and I know for a fact that he received some very rare political memorabilia.
Number one, thank you to Jackie Clark. This is actually going to be something, Jackie. It is so great.
I'm so jealous,
It is going
Jackie.
to be gifted to Aaron for our St. Patty's Day episode, which we have to have Dolan in for.
Yeah, that's absolutely the best time.
I talked to him last night. I was like, dude, I'm telling you, you've got your biggest fan in the whole whatever. I
just can spot talent.
That's fact. He is talented. That's so true. This is Aaron Go Bra. Check this out. Nice. You got the little leprechauns. Aaron's ancestors carrying the Budweiser.
It actually says Aaron Go Budweiser, which is funny. Which makes
That's cool. Yeah, but it's spelled right.
It is.
This is gonna have to be yours. So
I love it. It was a great. I almost thought it was mine. I was a little disappointed that Jackie gave it to you. But
I'm going to benevolently bestow this for our St. Patrick's Day episode to you, so we can choose. We have like an all Irish episode. Get McKenna in here. What's that laziness?
No, he's ghosted us too many times. He's no longer welcome.
It's just because he's lazy, I think.
We have a favored Irishman statesman now, and it is not Ryan McKenna. I said it here, folks.
McKenna won't even be up for another half hour. So I mean, it's not. I don't think we have to. We have to have an afternoon episode. That's when the Irish probably are waking up from their hangovers.
We might have to have a 2-part Irish series, one where we drink Baileys and coffee in the morning, and then one at the pub.
That Baileys is awful. I mean, Germans are not known for exquisite food, but that Baileys is miserably terrible. You actually like that, or you just do it because of your people?
My people, there's also lots of mixers in your coffee. I think we just need to help you be more cultured.
I am not cultured. That is a 0 on 10 culture. So what'd you think? I like listening to Alex Riley talk because he's so damn smart.
He is smart.
I mean, he's a smart dude.
Savvy,
I like listening to Curtis Trent talk because he's a smart dude.
A savvy politician. The way he responded to the floor leader race was perfect.
It's tough, though. To me, that's the question. You're not going to get that question anywhere else. And it would be hard because, everybody in the world is sitting there looking at him, waiting for him to, did you see him laugh at his joke more than the other? I would think that'd be hard to go through the day. We got to get our core man. John Combes gave me this, and it's my favorite thing on the desk. The worst superintendent in the history of superintendents. He's so bad, I'm for school choice now. I have so many Missourians have met that superintendent that was just like the worst. And they were generally skeptical of school choice, I think, but then they meet that one superintendent. It's like, yeah, this has got to change. Aaron Cornman is that for me. Curtis Trent, I think, would back me up on this. Schmidt should have opted for better sticky on these.
I was going to say they're kind of faded. They're like faded. And
this is more state treasurer level name tags, Eric. This is not really like U.S. Senate, really our Missouri's favorite son.
We just got some poor staffer in trouble. Some poor low-level staffer that made terrible.
I mean, it's actually cool. It'll stay. It's probably the material of my cheap jacket. If I put it on my shirt, that's also cheap. If Erin was wearing this on one of her nice cashmere sweaters she has, it would probably stick right to
Absolutely.
it. I look forward to Eric Schmidt having one of these one day. That's when you know you're doing your job as a U.S. Senator.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Being a U.S. Senator, really, I mean...
You get a bridge named after you.
Well, it's because you got the money for it.
You got the money.
That's the key. I mean, the truth is, everybody talks about all this high-minded crap on Fox and stuff, and that's all fine. But really, nobody gives a damn. You go up there, and their votes mean nothing. How they vote is worthless. how much money they bring home to Missouri.
Well,
that's the only job of a member of Congress.
That's one interesting part of the conversation that we didn't get into a little bit with the budget with Alex.
How did you like Alex being like, well, we have to trim back from the people that have got the most by a country mile, right?
Yeah.
If I'm from Chillicothe, I'm like, it's easy for you to say because there's literally not one other place to spend any money in Springfield. Like, if I'm another rep, I'm like, I see the Springfield delegation literally has no place to shove any more money. So maybe it's easy for you to say.
The timing is great for you guys.
Yes.
I thought it was interesting because I always feel like that is one of the things that you can do, as a freshman or sophomore rep that you can kind of carry water on for your community as pet projects.
As a freshman rep?
I mean, if you're a Republican freshman, I think you have more power than you do in the minority.
Maybe you're right. I don't know. I guess.
I think the Springfield delegation has gotten projects in as freshman reps.
I'm not quite sure that's how that works. Okay. There might be someone who named rhymes with Schmuff that might have helped the Springfield delegation get a little more than their fair share.
However, 163 members? Did I get that right?
Of the House, yeah.
Of the House. So, I mean, obviously not everybody's going to get what they want in the budget, but I think that as a whole, members have been pretty successful over these past few years with the federal surplus money that's come in, over the federal stimulus money.
Springfield members have been very successful.
I think that it's hard to take that negotiating chip off the table. I will say, I do think the House has an advantage this year. I think Rusty Black is going to be a great Senate Appropriations Chairman, but it is his first year, and Dirk's been doing this a while, so I do think the House has kind of an advantage in the budget.
I would say, too, Dirk Deaton whipped out and smacked right in the face the Senate, and they took it like bitches. I mean, they just took it so weak that if I'm Rusty, I'm like, are you guys going to have my back this time? Because that Senate they didn't have their own backs. The Senate is just on its knees right now. It is a sad state of affairs. And I will say this, I think a lot of them thought, well, that was just, he was punishing Lincoln, so it's fine. No. He beat the hell out of Bernscatter. I mean, the projects in that bill were important to the entire body.
There were more House projects than there were Senate projects.
Nothing. They did nothing in response to that. And so if I'm Dirk Deaton, I'm going to slap him around again. I mean, that's the thing about politics. If you take it, you're going to get more of it.
The only project that I think that was huge that really got put back in was the nuclear reactor.
Because Stephen Weber came and said, we're doing nothing
until I get.
And so, and good for him. That's his job. Mm-hmm. I mean, in a fight, people might think Tony Luetkemeyer could take Dirk, but no, Dirk beat the shit out of him. It was bloody and awful. I mean, and they've done nothing. And that's the thing I hate about the Senate that's so sad. You're going to lose fights. You're going to get humiliated. You're going to get emasculated like they were. You're going to become irrelevant if you just take it. And to me, the sad part of the state Senate is they're not even mad. They're not even mad. Yeah, we suck. We're weak. We're worthless. We're irrelevant. Not too bad. And I'm like, wow, Jim Matheson would kick your ass for just accepting your fate as irrelevant. It is a great time to be a House member. But God, you just wish those senators had, forget caring about the state. Forget caring about the institution. Have some damn dignity for yourself. Jason Bean is from the boot hill. We don't take it like bitches, but apparently we do. I mean, the scoreboard says House 1, bitches 0.
I didn't mean to get him on this soapbox.
It's just the truth.
Was not
like, why would you just take it like that and be happy about it? Be like, oh, no big deal. We just take it. They beat the shit out of us. We do whatever they say. No problem.
Well, Rusty's from the Great Northwest, so.
Is he? He wasn't last spring. He wasn't in September. No one from the Great Northwest was there in September. They put a constitutional amendment on the ballot with 0 seconds of debate.
I wish that we had a drinking.
Go ask Sidney Johnson about that. Ask Charlie Shields about that.
I wish we had a drinking game for how many times Scott pulls me into talking about special sessions and the Senate.
People shouldn't forget it.
We should keep that track somewhere. Somebody.
If you're on the playground and you just got your ass whooped at 3:15 and just put up no fight whatsoever, you wouldn't forget it. You'd be made fun of that until you graduate. You have to switch schools. You'd have to switch schools.
That never happens.
I suggest some of the senators go run for office in Iowa or Illinois, where I guess just sucking and being irrelevant is cool. So, because in Missouri, no, you
surely
would get,
this is not how we're ending the show today.
You would get made fun of, and you'd have to switch schools. They should switch legislatures. If you just take getting slapped around and just take it, switch schools.
Just go join the Illinois map that you love so much.
Well, it kind of sounds like the Cardinals a little bit.
It is exactly like the Cardinals. The Senate is the Cardinals right now.
At least we're switching topics.
It is so sad. And I'll tell you this. So we were going to interview Schmidt at Lincoln Day. But he didn't want to come on because I was very candid. He was going to get the tough questions. Let me ask you this, Aaron. How many years? I mean, to me, the only thing I care about really is the Cardinals. Like, if they didn't have Medicaid, my life really doesn't change. But the Cardinals being this awful, at what point does the legislature have to resign? Just all of state government say, we failed in our primary duty. Since Eric Schmidt took statewide office, it's been the darkest period of Cardinals history.
Did you bring this up with him?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do it all the time.
Oh, wow.
That's why he doesn't want to be on the stage in Lincoln Day. I mean,
no one wants to be responsible for.
I don't think the National Guard needs to come in and take over the
franchise.
crime. Crime in St. Louis really doesn't affect me. I don't go to St. Louis. The parts of St. Louis that have crime, I don't go there. So it doesn't really affect me. The Cardinals being this terrible affects me deeply into my soul, in every part of my life. And I'm just saying, I don't need the National Guard to take over St. Louis. I mean, fine, I don't care. But, like, take over the Cardinals. That's what you need to be worried about. That's what the state needs to be worried about.
That's what no income tax guys just stimulate the economy through making the Cardinals great again.
Yeah, raise the income tax. I don't care. Just somebody's got to do something. This is misery.
Yeah.
Misery.
Yeah.
Misery.
Having
just misery.
to live with a Cardinals fan, I know that it is misery.
It's so terrible. This is what you people, Royals people, must just be like all the time, right? Just constantly sucking, no hope, no dreams. Just misery. Every season, it's over by Memorial Day.
We're only the last baseball franchise in the state to have won a World Series.
And you're hanging your hat on 1.5. See, that's what a Royals fan must be like. You're happy with 1.5. That's terrible. We're very depressed about 11, and I'm distraught. We only have 11
in a century ago.
Yeah, 11. The scoreboard shows 11 to 1.5, and you all are happy with that, and I'm glad for you.
It's now been like 2 decades.
Aaron, you sound like a senator right now. You're so happy about 1.5.
I'm now so old. It's been 2 decades since the Cardinals have won.
It's been a decade and a half. 2011, you're forgetting.
Oh, yeah.
The Game 6, the greatest moment.
No,
Honestly, I really do think, Kelton, I think you would
thought
agree
I
with
couldn't
me.
get him on any worse topics, and then I managed to do that.
The
And now we're
peak of
talking about
humanity.
Game 6 in 2011.
From the moment when God created the heavens and the earth, all the way to October of 2011, that was the peak of humanity, and it's been nothing but shit ever since. When David Freese hit that triple, that was the peak of human existence.
Some of that.
I don't know
agree
that.
with you.
I think God had to just be like, well, done here. I'm not going to top that. And then I just think.
And he just quit. He resigned.
Yeah, since then humanity's been on a bullet train to hell.
I would. I may actually agree.
15 years of shit.
15 years.
I mean, honestly, though, it was the greatest moment of humanity.
It's probably the greatest baseball call ever, I would say.
Well, I think the greatest baseball call ever was the Ozzie Smith home run in the NLCS in '85 when Jack Buck said, "Go crazy!" It's my ringtone. Like, Kelton, just for everybody at home.
Oh my God.
Call me right now.
Oh,
Get
no.
my thing on.
Oh,
Give me a call. I'll give you my.
Oh.
I got in from a man, Jim. First week of February, so it will definitely be freezing. You called me. This is the greatest call in history.
Corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run. And the Cardinals are winning.
It just makes you smile.
You're welcome. I'm sorry.
That's
I
that's my
apologize
ringtone.
to all the viewers.
That's actually, and when anybody ever calls me, that's what. If I answer the phone happy, it's because of that. Because that's my ringtone. Okay, so I like the Riley guy. He's smart. He's got a nice guy. Like, you could be that smart and kind of a little off-putting, like an IT guy or something. He's actually a nice guy, and if I was that smart, I'd be an asshole. I'd be miserable to be around. Luckily, I'm not nearly that smart. So I like that dude, though. What do you think?
Alex is great. I think he's stepping into the role. His answers were,
They're not just kiss ass, so they were thoughtful.
They're thoughtful.
Yeah, I like
that. He's a great politician, so I think he's.
Well, I think too. It can't be lost on the relationship with that floor leader and speaker. I think that's really something people should look at, because I'm not saying others have been terrible. Some have been terrible. Some have been okay. Some have been good. I don't think there's a better one I can think of. I mean, even going back to Catherine and Crowell, I can't think of a better relationship with a floor leader to speaker than the one they have. And I think the results are proof of that, which is a good lesson for Brad and Jeff, whoever wins that race.
And I think, to Alex's point,
success.
the reason that I think he has so much confidence that they'll get stuff done this session, when I think all of the headwinds are against them, is that him and John have such a good relationship, and they've proven that they can.
You're going to have a low bar set. They're going to have some rancor early on. But it's not, January is very irrelevant to May. There's going to be a lot of other touch points. Look, the Democrats, with the support of a lot of Republicans, quiet support, are going to make a point. And I think it's a pretty good point they're going to make. But at the end of the day, I'm of the belief that you're going to have to, the session will not hinge on January. It never does. So seeing how things unfold, I think it's going to be interesting to watch the appointments. I mean, that's really, nothing needs to happen in January in the Missouri State Senate at all, except you have a 30-day clock that started January 7th. And so about the time the Great Northwest Days, I think it's the Great Northwest is the first, Jim says, the first week of February. We got to have a Northwest show that day.
Okay.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I got to bring my water bottle back.
See if Charlie's coming down. That'd be awesome to have Charlie on. The Queen of Maryville over here. That would be, we should have a Northwest show. That'd be awesome. But I do think it's going to be interesting, and we got to get like some bumper music to slide people off, right, and on.
We can make this more professional if you want.
It really doesn't feel like our brand though. Be more professional. It kind of feels like not right.
They can. Since we've been on the baseball today, they can have a walk-up song.
A lot.
Everybody
Judy
picks their
walk-up
walk-up
songs.
song. Yeah.
That's great. What would your walk-up song be?
Ooh, mine actually comes from the Phillies. There's this, we listened to it in the, in the car on the way to school. A-OK. They played it in their playoff run.
I've never heard this song. How's it go?
Do I need to play it now?
Just sing it. Like, how's it go?
No, I'm not gonna sing it. It's just like an upbeat song. I feel like if you walk,
I feel like you're upbeat. I think upbeat would be a good song for you. Is it cold in here?
It's freezing.
This new studio.
So good.
It's so good.
Does that smell so good?
Doesn't that guitar sound so good? It's a good song. It's a pump-up song.
Honestly, I think it's a little. I feel like you can do better.
A-OK.
Have you heard of this song before, Kelton?
The kids love it.
No.
This is one of the Phillies play. I don't think it's Bryce Harper, but somebody else's walk-up song.
I think you should put that in the maybe pile.
That's a good one.
It's just not very well known, right? I think you need a more widely known song.
There's
right?
another song that.
Not The Bitch Is Back by Elton John. Something else, right?
There's another one that
I'm saying we shouldn't use that one, but something that is actually known.
American Girl.
American Woman, yeah.
No, is it?
Stay away from me.
No.
That'd be a good one.
There's one that's super inappropriate.
Okay, now you're talking. So I probably heard of it.
That my 6-year-old sings. Hold on. I feel like it's a.
How'd basketball go?
We won.
See?
Yeah.
Last week
won.
she was bullshitting like she didn't keep score. I was like, if she
I
won,
didn't
she
say I
didn't
didn't keep score.
Yeah, you did. You're like, we're not keeping
lost.
score in
They didn't
six-year
tell me what the
basketball.
score
And I'm like,
was.
that just means you lost. If she would have won, she would have been keeping score. There's no doubt in my mind.
I can't find it. Wait, is it on this one? American Girl by the Tom Petty song.
That's a good one.
He has no idea. Obviously, has no idea what the song is about, but he blasts it, and it's really funny. I have like lots of inappropriate.
I think that's
songs.
a good one. How's that inappropriate? An American Girl, right?
I think it's about an American girl. Anyway.
It's probably about an American girl. I'm not an expert here, but
It's Tom Petty.
Kelton's laughing because he.
I just think that's a great. People have actually heard of that. It's the A-OK song. It's only something they play in a kindergarten class. No one's ever heard of.
Okay, well, I'm gonna. Okay, well, I'll go with American Girl then.
I think American Girl be
Anything
good.
by Tom Petty's a good walk-up song.
I'm thinking John Denver, Country Boy for Mine. Don't you think? What's yours, Kelton?
I have no clue.
Oh, come on, Kelton. You
Kelton,
gotta think about this.
You gotta
have
throw
a walk-up
something
song.
out. I mean,
yeah.
Jesus,
You
gotta throw. What was
that's
your,
weak.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
Can't
gonna
just
have to
come up
think
with it on
about
the
this.
spot.
you actually can't come up with it on the spot. That's what we did.
I'd have to
I mean,
look at my.
Aaron's first one sucked. It's cool. Just throw one out there.
Yeah, mine wouldn't be as bad as that.
Yeah, you would do better than Aaron's first one.
Actual walk-up
Hey,
song.
you rallied. It was
baseball.
the second one was great, but the first one totally sucked.
I'd have to look at my Spotify playlist.
Oh my goodness.
What is on your Spotify playlist? I'll look at mine.
At least I didn't say a Taylor Swift song, which I know that's what
look
everybody.
Look at your top plays. I've got Apple Music, so I can do my top plays.
I have Apple Music. I don't do Spotify.
Go to your top plays. See what
How do you see? How do you know what your
I
top
don't
plays
actually
are?
know. I have to ask someone.
Audience, please help.
Oh,
I guarantee you there's some Taylor Swift in my top plays, though.
Well,
Shocking.
everybody knows Taylor Swift songs. That's good.
Yeah.
Artist.
Life of a Showgirl would probably be a close second.
Playlist. How am I?
I'm
This is
terrified
really
as to
going
what-
poor. Oh, all right, here we go. Top results, playlist. Here we go.
What you got on there? Kelton's
Scanner.
over there laughing.
I can't find the playlist.
You guys.
Actually, quite.
Oh man. Okay. TBD. We're gonna get back to you next week with
I
our
cleared the
with
searches.
our walk up songs.
Oh, here we go. I got this now. Yeah.
So now your guest. Every guest has to have a
Oh,
walk up
mine's.
song. now.
I got some White Snake. Here I go again.
Oh, that's a good one.
I got some. I got a lot of
good one.
Skinner. I got my favorite R. Kelly song.
Oh boy.
Wait, what?
It's a phone call. I know the whole. I can sing the whole song. Really, I don't even need the words.
Oh boy.
It's a great song. It's about his girlfriend complaining to him, and he's like, R. Kelly just tells what's up. He just breaks out reality. It's really good. It's actually my top played song of all time. No, mine's a lot of Skinner. I got some Def Leppard in there.
Nice. It's very 80s.
Pour Some Sugar should be Kelton's.
I don't like Def Leppard.
Oh. Wow. How did he get a
How
job
do you
here?
not like Def Leppard?
How did
What-
you how'd you
I
hire
don't like
him?
them.
All right.
You really don't know Def Leppard?
I can't believe he's not yelling at us for going over.
Yeah, we have one.
By
over.
now, he's usually
Oh.
yelling at me.
My top played song, "Real Talk" by R. Kelly. Real Talk. Legit Real Talk by R. Kelly.
Oh boy.
All right. So I think we like to go close to the hour, but not over the hour, right, Kelton?
You are close to the
What
hour.
do you do? What do you do? A half hour, an hour?
A half hour would probably be better.
Oh, so this whole
He
20
wants us
minutes
to
has
shut
just
up.
sucked. Okay.
He wants us
Well,
to
Aaron,
shut
thank
up.
you so much for the time. Are you going to get Just Dolan in here, or do you think this is just like a one-way admiration
this is-
society? Is it a
No.
friendship, or is it just a
It's a
fandom for you?
friendship. He got me to love Southeast Missouri. So I think it's
He's a good
friendship.
ambassador for that.
He is.
Honestly, we don't have a lot better ambassador than him. But
Fell in lo-
he holds up well. I'm
Fell
proud
in
of
love
him.
with the boot heel on my first trip down there. It's pretty impressive.
It is a very impressive
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
You're right about that. Thank you all so much for watching. Aaron and I will be back next week. Sunday, Eric Schmidt will be joining us, as you'll see this Alex Riley episode. Next week, we're at Truman State University on the college tour. Truman State's got smart people, man.
That is
Like
smart
Lyda
people go.
Cruson, Scott
That's where all
Sifton,
the-
Maggie Schmidt.
That's where all the Helias smart kids went. That they stayed in state. Was Kirksville.
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
It's a good school.
It was Notre Dame or Truman State.
Like Notre Dame, the big one in
Yeah.
Indiana.
Like that one.
How pissed are the Notre Dame people that Indiana won the national title?
Oh, they got.
I mean,
I love
when the
it.
little brother comes
I
up
love
and wins, I mean, they gotta like hate that. I would hate that.
I kind of love it, even as
I kind of hate it when the little
Catholic.
brother of the Royals win. It's like, you're gonna listen to this forever, and they do. They don't shut up about it. It's like, oh, good for. I'm sure notice, but good for your little one championship, right? All right. Thank you so much for joining. We'll see you Sunday with Eric Schmidt on This Week in Missouri Politics, and next week from Truman State University. What's the Truman State fight song, Kel? Do you even know it?
I didn't know they had one.
They got a everybody's got one.
don't
The
know.
Bulldogs, right? Is the mascot?
I don't know.
I'm sure they have one somewhere.
Yeah, they gotta have it.
I don't know it on top of my head.
Well, I'll text Lyda and ask her. She'll know. Next week, we should get Maggie back in it. We always have Maggie in. Although Maggie's fun. Because we kind of
If
got
you're
under her
gonna be
skin
a-
a little bit and annoyed her, which made her even funnier to talk
You
to.
did. Well, and of all things that you annoyed her about, it was the Chiefs that really.
And wasn't
bothered
it funny
her.
how she kept going, we got to go. I thought that was great. Anyway, we'll see you next week here on the TWMP Daily.